Hello, this is September the 12th. Um, I wanted to redo a video because I I did a video this morning or yesterday, last night, and I didn't even understand it myself very well because well, what I was talking about was a little bit complicated. But after sleeping on it, I think I can say it a little better than I said it yesterday. About the how that all the people mentioned in the Bible, like Moses, Moses, that's the first part of the Bible, and but there were actual kings and pharaohs that were had similar um, uh, well, they were doing things kind of like Moses was doing, and like Abraham was doing, and like Isaac was doing, and Um, so actually the Bible is kind of a version of the pharaohs. So when a Christian say, "Well, this is a historical book," well, it is and it isn't. It's kind of like the 9/11 Commission book because they have a book about 19 hijackers and all this. Well, it comes out find out that almost all those hijackers are still alive, so they weren't even on the planes. And there was three of them that were trained at a military base for, I guess they were assets for the CIA, but I don't think they were on any planes either. Even though they were trained at the Air Force base, I don't. They were on the list. So that's what I was trying to say yesterday when I was saying there was some correlation between 9/11 and all this stuff, like the way history is written. That's the way 9/11 was written. It's written with all these questions, and that's like the way the Bible is written. Like, how can somebody be swallowed by a fish? Or, how can Moses part the Red Sea and all this? Well, it's because they wrote the things the way that they wanted to write them. It's like if the Mexicans come up here and they were to take over, they'd kind of rewrite our history and keep a lot of our history, but put their history in it. And the way things are going, you'd almost think that might happen. I mean, they got where people have worked for 20 years are getting replaced by people that don't hardly even speak English. It's just pathetic. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. Um, but anyway, and the other part wanted to clarify about the Queen of England, she still has the things like the scepter and a stone under her crown or her chair. That stone is supposed to be like a stone that goes back all the way to Egypt and stuff like that. So, they really are, like they really consider themselves like real kings and queens and um, I mean, they have a lot of, and that's where you get into occultism, secretism, and how that they are the elite are they cover for each other, and that's why I get really tired of these even people living in trailers and stuff saying, "Oh, the rich they need their money so bad and everything, and we need to make sure that the rich get tax cuts and all this." It's crazy. It's just totally crazy. They don't need any help from us. They got more help than they need. They write the laws. Practically right now, especially they do. And so you just voting on for people that are like the Republicans, especially that are gonna um, they given over to the New World Order a long time ago. The Republicans, I mean, they're just totally fascist. The Democrats are not far behind them. They used to be. People talk about, oh, you're too left wing. There isn't a left wing. There hasn't been a left wing for 30 years. I mean, a left wing would be, really against the establishment because the establishment is the problem. So back when people were talking down with the establishment, they were really talking about some serious stuff. They were college kids. They knew what they were talking about. They knew, they at least knew, at a guttural level that there was something very wrong with the establishment. And there is something very wrong with the establishment. And I explained it in my last video, although I stuttered and stammered because it's really a little hard to even explain, like how London and Vatican and the and Washington D.C. are all city states. That is, they have their own police forces, they have their own post offices, they have their own um, everything. It's they're like a state inside a state, like so anyway, and the thing is that they all have their own circles of what they do. Like the Vatican is a spiritual hub, and the Vatican is very evil. They not only take boys and molest boys and stuff. They've been known to do a lot of other things, and mainly like with the money that they have, they've got vast sums of wealth. And then also there is the London, and they are the financial hub. So you have your spiritual hub in the Vatican. Your financial hub is in London. Remember, these are city states, and you have your military hub in D.C. That's why we got such a huge military, because we're the military hub of the. They're all Triad. It's a Triad, and um, so anyway, I just wanted to clarify a couple of things I said. And like when you see Bush or Obama go to the Queen and kneel to the Queen and stuff, it's all because they're going along with these old history things. It's kind of like going along with the Bible without really even knowing necessarily what you're going along with. Like I said, the Bible is actually a written history, of actually a cockamamie history of what there were real pharaohs that were somewhat like that, but they didn't part the Red Sea, and they didn't, you know, talk to snakes and everything, or hold snakes in their hands and all that stuff. They were. Um, but anyway, I just wanted to clarify a couple things. Have a nice day, and keep. And I know I have a lot of I'm sound negative a lot, but it's I'm just that's reality. It's like if somebody's like Alex Jones said, if you're at somebody's house is on fire, what are you gonna do? Say, well, I'd like to tell you your house is on fire, but that would be too negative, so I guess I won't say anything. Anyway, have a nice day.